name is Eleanor. You may be here tonight because it feels as though you have been holding too much together for too long. And if that's true, you're in the right place. For the next little while, I'm here to help you loosen some of that quiet holding, so the night does not have to be another place where you keep everything braced. Nothing is required of you now. You do not need to keep watch from here. You do not need to stay ready. You do not need to keep the whole shape of your life upright with your mind. This time is helping you sleep and helping you grow. Not by pushing you anywhere, not by asking more of you, only by letting you rest in a gentler relationship with what you have been carrying. And somewhere ahead, a stone staircase climbs a quiet hillside at dawn. The steps are old, cool with morning air. Grass leans softly at the edges. The light is low and pale. Now notice the places where your body is already being held. The back of your head, your shoulders, your back, your legs. Notice the weight of yourself here, the surface beneath you, the quiet support of it. And with your next breath out, you may let your shoulders settle a little lower. Not perfectly, just a little, as though something you have been holding in the upper body can rest a fraction more heavily now. The day has happened. It is not happening now. Right now, there is only this room, this bed, this breath, this voice. You may notice that some part of you still feels half upright inside, still on duty, still quietly preparing for what might slip if you stop gripping for a moment. That is allowed. Minds and bodies do that sometimes, when they have been asked to carry a lot for a long time. For now, you may rest here, at the foot of the stone steps, with the hillside around you, and the first thin light beginning to find the path. And now, as you rest here a little longer, you may begin to notice what this kind of night can feel like. Sometimes the body is tired, but the part of you that keeps things together does not switch off easily. It stays half lifted, half braced, as though relaxing too much would be careless, as though letting go would be the same as letting things fall apart. So even in bed, with nothing immediate being asked of you, some quiet pressure remains, a sense that you still need to hold the line. Keep the edges in place. Keep yourself composed. And when that pattern is strong, rest can begin to feel strangely risky. Softening can feel unwise. Feeling more can feel like too much. Because somewhere underneath it all, a sentence has been doing its work. If I stop holding it together, everything will slip. That sentence can wear many shapes. It can sound like responsibility, or vigilance, or quiet self-control, or the old pressure to be the one who stays steady. But tonight, you do not have to argue with that sentence. You do not have to prove it wrong. You do not have to solve your life from here. You may simply notice, there is that holding pressure again. Just that. A pattern. Not your whole identity. Not the full truth of you. Just a pattern that has learned to stay on long after the day is done. And perhaps now you place one foot on the first stone step, then the next. The climb is slow, measured. The stone is solid beneath you. You do not leap. You do not force. You simply notice the next step and the next breath, and the way your shoulders can lower a little each time your weight is allowed to settle. For now, that is enough. More than enough. And perhaps as you move a little higher on the hillside, you begin to see why this pattern can feel so convincing. It does not usually arrive as fear. It arrives as duty, as competence, as the sensible thing. It says, stay ready, stay composed. Do not put too much weight on anyone else. Do not loosen too far. And because that voice has so often been tied to being dependable, it can be hard to tell where steadiness ends and strain begins. So the body keeps lifting a little. The mind keeps checking a little. The chest stays half prepared. The shoulders stay a little high. Not because you are failing, not because you are weak, not because something is wrong with you. It makes sense that a system asked to carry a lot learns to hold itself this way. Human beings do this, especially those who have become used to being the reliable one. But sense is not the same as necessity. A pattern can make sense and still not need to run the whole night. So when you notice that inner lifting again, that subtle command to stay upright inside, you may simply name it very softly. The holding. Not to make it disappear, only to see it for what it is. A pattern trying in its own overworked way to keep you safe. And then back to this breath. Back to the bed beneath you. Back to the slow stone steps under morning light. The hillside does not demand that you climb it all at once. It only offers one step at a time. One place to put your weight. One place to let it land. And perhaps that is what rest can become tonight. Not collapse. Not giving up. Only letting some of your weight land instead of keeping it all suspended in the upper body. Shoulders lowering, breath moving, stone beneath you. That may be enough for now. And now, perhaps you begin to notice something more tender beneath the holding. People do not grip this hard unless something matters. People do not stay this ready unless they are trying to protect something. Perhaps stability matters to you. Perhaps dignity matters to you. Perhaps not becoming a burden has mattered to you for a very long time. Perhaps keeping things calm around you has felt important. Whatever the exact shape, the pressure has not grown in empty ground. It has grown where there has been care. And that matters tonight. Because the answer is not to shame the holding, not to mock it, not to treat it like some foolish thing. The answer is quieter than that. To notice that the holding has been trying to help, and that helping has become tiring. So here on the stone staircase, you may try something very small. Not dropping everything, not opening every locked room, not becoming instantly soft. Only this. Let one step hold you, then the next. Let the hillside carry some of what you have been carrying. Let the stone be stone. Let the ground do some of the work. In the body, that may mean only this much. The shoulders lower on the out-breath. The jaw unfastens a fraction. The mattress takes a little more of your weight. And if some part of you says, "Careful, do not let go too much," that too is allowed. You do not have to fight that voice. You do not have to obey it fully either. You may hear it and still let your weight settle another inch. That is not failure. That is not carelessness. That is not things slipping. That is simply a different way of being steady. A steadiness that does not require constant gripping. A steadiness with ground underneath it. And perhaps, as the steps begin to widen a little now, you notice the first broader landing in the climb. A place where you can pause without the hillside disappearing. A place where nothing collapses because you stood still for a moment. And maybe your body can learn from that. Maybe some part of you already is. And perhaps now, as the staircase rises above the denser part of the hillside, you can feel more sky around you. The light has changed, still gentle, still early, but wider now. The stone steps are no longer only steep, they are leading somewhere open. And in that opening, another version of you becomes easier to recognize. Not a transformed version, not a perfected one, only a fuller one. The one who can be steady without being clenched. The one who can care deeply without carrying everything alone in the muscles of the body. The one who can remain dependable without living as though every moment requires bracing. There have likely been moments, small ones perhaps, easy to miss, when this wider version of you was already present. A moment you softened without losing yourself. A moment you paused and the world did not break. A moment you let someone else carry their own weight. A moment your body unclenched and nothing terrible followed. Some of what you have carried has likely gone largely unseen. Still, it has been real. And tonight, it is being noticed. Those quieter moments count too. They belong to your story too. They are not accidents. They say something about you. They say the pressure is not the whole of you. The holding is not your name. The bracing is not your only form of strength. And perhaps there is also someone, known or half remembered, who would not be surprised by this gentler steadiness in you. Someone who would not mistake your softness for collapse. Someone who would know that a man can lower his shoulders and still remain himself. You do not need to search for that person now. Only allow the possibility that such knowing exists. That you have not been held in only one story. Ahead, the staircase reaches a broad stone terrace. The hillside opens into distance. Grass moves lightly in the first sun. The valley below is quiet. And here, for tonight, you may rest near one simple possibility. You can stay steady without gripping so hard. Not forever, not perfectly, just enough for this night. And by morning, perhaps what remains is not some grand answer, only a little more room in you, a little less upper body vigilance, a little more trust in what can hold you, a little more separation between steadiness and strain. And now we let it settle. The stone is warming under first light. The air is quiet. The climb is done for now. You do not need to hold the whole staircase in mind. Only this step, only this breath. Shoulders lowering, jaw softening, weight landing. Nothing to manage now. Nothing immediate to brace for. Nothing to keep upright with thought. The hillside remains. The terrace remains. The sky widens on its own. And you may rest here, where the old stone meets the morning, where the body is held, where the breath is unforced, where some of the weight has finally found ground. If a little holding returns, that is all right. Let the ground take some of it. Let the mattress take some of it. Let the breath take some of it. Nothing is required. Not even perfect softness. Only less gripping. Only this much settling. The steps below are quiet now. The grass at their edges is still. The light keeps opening without asking anything from you. And here you are, still here, not fallen apart, not lost, only resting. The shoulders lower once more. The weight lands once more. The morning holds the terrace in pale gold, and the hillside keeps watch now, so you do not have to. Stay here. Rest here. Let the stone hold the path. Let the bed hold you, and the night carries you from here.